Happy new moon, everybody. This new moon is in the sign of Aquarius. There are also 6 other moons in this sign right now. So that just means it has a bunch of mojo behind it. Time for a lot of change. Aquarius is a sign of fast, radical movement, usually for the better, but it is kind of triggering. So for all of you slower moving signs, people who are having a hard time transitioning, my heart goes out to you. Right now, as a collective, we are calling for the essential oil rosemary. Rosemary is amazing for purification and protection. Because of all of the significant changes going on realistically and also multidimensionally and spiritually, there are a lot of gaps, cracks, and vulnerabilities to negative energy. So I've been called to protect myself in multiple different ways, and every time I do, I feel a lot better. So if you're feeling foggy, if your stomach hurts, if you're just like feeling down, I'd suggest rosemary. Rosemary oil and Epsom salt in your bath would probably be really good. Salt, having a bowl of salt underneath your bed with maybe a few drops of rosemary oil with the intention of cleansing and protecting. Salt will amplify anything you intend. So keep that intention in mind. Cleansing and protecting underneath your bed will help you sleep and rest more clearly, more thoroughly, and that is going to help everything. Rosemary is very interesting. It also has the ability to help enhance your memory or help you in your studies. So people, witches and spiritualists alike, tend to suggest burning rosemary essential oil, like diffusing it, or incense while you are studying so that you can trigger that memory bank basically when you take your test or when your studies are challenged. So also on the other side of life, rosemary can help remind us about our unity consciousness, our connection to all other beings. And right now, you know, some of us are stuck isolating and social distancing, and some of us have been doing it for going on a year. So rosemary's here to remind us that we are all one and we all have the ability to be loved and give love, and don't forget. So let's go ahead and move forward with the reading. I'm going to shuffle a few times and then we'll get started. This is your moon. So it looks like we are starting a new phase. We have an opportunity coming at us to reach for the sun, to find happiness and joy in our lives. I think that it has to do a lot more with how we come out to our community and to society and how much happiness that brings to us. But there is opportunity and nourishment coming forward. This is really exciting. It does require us, or does have to do with us leaving things that don't serve us behind. Specifically, maybe things that are getting in the way of our spiritual connection and our ability to connect to our higher consciousness. That makes a lot of sense. I think we've been holding on, pretty tightly to old wounds, like family of origin, like things from your parents and your parents' parents. This is like ancestral wounds that we're holding on to. And we're ready to let go. We just do not know how. You know, the home is coming in, so finding security. Rosemary can bring in a lot of purification. Like I was saying, you can also plant it in the front and the back door to make sure that all negative energy is filtered coming into the home. Because it seems like sourcing from a really stable home life is going to feed happiness and bring opportunity. Like it's a part of this new phase. And look at that. Now we have another new phase. So now we have emotional phase coming in, an opportunity, which is that cup that has that fish coming out of it. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is opportunity in values and materialistic items, you know, like money or food or anything that you feel like is materially abundant or can be materialistically abundant. Let's just shuffle real quick. Yeah, losing the nightmares. Oh my God, another page. So pages are very cool because it's not, like I've said this before, we're not freshmen in high school anymore, but we are freshmen in college. So you get this new chance. And that's a very Aquarian energy, right? This new chance to come in and shift things and be a whole new you, but not be so uneducated or ill-advised. You know, you have the information that you need to make the most out of this phase. It's saying that we have the information we need to start new in a logical perspective, in a materialistic way, and around our hearts. And it's bringing in a lot of happiness. But we have got to get down and dirty with these old patterns that are keeping us, these old patterns, holding on to old lineage, old wounds that are keeping us disconnected. The Hierophant is the priest of the deck. He typically represents connecting to higher consciousness, marriage, in a way, dogmatic nature, but more like ceremonies and offerings and good things. Like, it can be taken many different ways. But in reverse, it makes me feel like it's disconnected. We're not actually popping the top on that and reaching that higher consciousness. And it's because we're caught up in all of this healing we're doing. So don't hold on too tightly. That's where Aquarius comes in and starts to radically change things. And for people like me, a Taurus, or like the earthly signs, possibly even Cancers, we will have a hard time with that change. It's not fun. It does hurt. The more willing you are to see new things and open your heart up to new possibilities, the easier this shift is going to be. But for those of us who are having a hard time, make sure you source from your home correctly. There's opportunity, there's truth. It's going to literally cleanse the air around you when you make your home the most important thing. It's going to help you in love, it's going to help you in money, and it's going to help you logically look at your life and see it from a much healthier perspective. Because the masculine is going to have a hard time. Yeah. Masculine is that energy within each and every one of us. So I'm tapping into the internal masculine. And the internal masculine is the one that gets it done, that goes out and gets the job, that likes to do 9 to 5, that enjoys structure, however it comes out to you. And basically, the Emperor is not sourcing properly. It's feeding into a lot of emotions. But the problem with these emotions is that they are based off of old wounds. They aren't applicable to these new phases that we're stepping into, right? And so it's time to call in a new perspective. Rosemary probably actually will help you. In the instance of childhood wounds, remembering them can be pretty helpful. Memories of the bad stuff can help you clear up things that haven't experienced any closure, but it also can enhance your memory of the good things or the things that maybe you needed to learn in order to be or achieve your highest potential right now. Because we have this reversed 9 of Swords, it definitely does make me feel like these wounds have been just running for a very long time, and it's time to get this new energy. It's been sucking away your vitality and keeping you from seeing your money in a new way, maybe getting a promotion, maybe starting the new business because of your fear or your attachment. But it's time to look at it differently. This is a very Aquarian card. As you can see, the air is kind of shifting. It's a page, so we know that it's all about new phases. This guy is coming in to slice your life up so that you can make the best out of it and start to see things from a new perspective. One where you aren't caught up in what doesn't serve you, because being caught up in those old wounds is really keeping that higher consciousness from grounding down through your vessel. And that's really something that right now is up for grabs for the collective. We have the choice at this moment to move forward different. And I think the cards are coming in to say this is how we clear it up. So let's pull a few more to get deeper into this. Let's elaborate on this reading. Yeah, there's opportunity, and it might really tug on your emotions. Once again, we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. So this means to me that it's time to kick it up in your self-love game. This is all really hard to go through. We were changing a lot in the last reading around the full moon, and now with the Aquarian energy coming in, it's just like bumping up the volume. And it's doing a lot of good. It really is supercharging this home life for us. And it's really teaching us how to detach from things that are just unhealthy. So good for you. I know that this wouldn't be coming out if we weren't all doing the work. And I really appreciate everyone who's watching this, because I know you need a pat on the back just like I do. We are headed towards happiness. We are headed towards opportunity and money and passion. I mean, this is all authenticity. This is us tapping into our tribes, tapping into our purpose in life. Like, can you imagine making money and feeling like you're doing the thing you're supposed to do every day? I think that's what we're stepping into here, especially with all this cool energy. I mean, this is like playtime. We get to create. We get to look at something and say, I know I can do it. How do I want it to look? And that's why it's so important to clear the energy out, because with this card, I can see that we are trying to understand how people fit in this newfound phases that we have. How are we going to include the people we love? And are they actually going to be there? That is going, that's going to call on this self-love, your opportunities, your business, your money opportunities, your ability to be stable and secure in this crazy, crazy world we're in right now is all going to source from your ability to nurture yourself. Because nurturing yourself is going to teach you who can stay and who can't. What kind of plan can you create in the future, money-wise, materialistically? Who are you going to live with? Where are you going to live? How do they fit in? That is all going to become a lot clearer when we can take this masculine out of these emotions, right? He is probably freaking out. That's what it looks like to me, because things are changing and the structure's changing. You have to be innovative. You cannot be attached. This is a card of attachment, but because it's reversed, I know we're trying to release. So he is trying to release. But he's getting caught up. He's getting caught up in the, I keep hearing lies. There are lots of, options as to what lies could be meaning right now, but there are lots of different things being told in the world on what's going on in the pandemic and what are our futures going to look like and what's best for everybody. And I think that along with this higher consciousness upgrade that the collective is going through and the pandemic and what's happening there, this guy, your masculine, the one that gets it done, is having a really hard time. He needs to look at it from a new perspective. And I think the best way to do that is to bring in a woman. So the female perspective, the feminine within you, the intuitive, the instinctual, she also is feeling exhausted. This is a collective thing. Your opportunities lie in nourishing her so she may guide him and he can start to see through the veil, see a new perspective, and see how he wants people to fit into his world. How do your loved ones fit? That's the big question. So I'm going to pull one more card just to tie it all up. Reach for your friends. In this whole process, as you heal these old wounds, as you get creative, you have a tribe waiting for you. If you're a feminine, if you believe in this, tune into your sisters, tune into your priestesshood. And for those men out there, you have sisters too. You also have brothers. Tune in to this friendship, camaraderie. That is what's going to make things very clear. And you will know who fits and who doesn't after you start spending some time with the people you love for all the right reasons. Don't forget that rosemary oil. And I will see you guys later.